Hi guys, today we are going to see about what is property and what are the different types of properties in Pega. Okay, so before starting off this session, so I'll just tell you like what is a property. Okay, so what is a property in Pega? Okay, so basically property is one of the role type in Pega. Okay, so that is used to store the data in it. So it is all about a storing element in Pega. So normally, if you consider any other programming languages, so there we have some variable kind of things and some parameters and all, right? So for storing the data. So similarly, in Pega, to store any data inside the application when we run some application. So if you are giving some input data, like let's say if there is a form, okay. So if there is a form where the user is actually giving some inputs. So let's say this is some application form. Okay. So where the user has to fill the personal information, like let's say name and age and something like date of birth and phone number. Okay. Let's say address. Okay. So let's say these are all the fields that user has to give in the form or screen. Okay. So the user fills all this data, right? So whatever the data that is being filled, so that will be stored. Like let's say if I give some name as something like uh, John, okay, and then age is something like 20, and date of birth, let's say it is something like 2506, something like 2001, okay, 001, 2001. So like this, if you give any address, Hyderabad, something like 500028. Okay. So if you have given this data, so now what this data will go, like let's say in the name you have given John, age and you have given us 20, and in the date of birth you have given us something like this value, and address you have given this data. So in the application, right? So where this data will store is all about the data is stored inside the properties. Okay, whatever the data that we give, right? So that will be stored inside the properties which are mapped to the fields. Okay, so there is something at the back end which is called a property. So here for name property, we will configure something like dot name. Okay, for age dot something like dot age, and for date of birth also similarly dot dob. Okay, something like for address also we are going to configure some address properties. So what are all these called is all about, these are all the properties. Okay, these are all the properties. Okay, name is one property, age is one property. Okay, so these are all about the storing elements. So the data will not store in the field, the data will be stored inside the property, whatever the property that we map to this UI field. So this is just a UI. Okay, there is nothing here, is also just a UI. All this UI is just a UI, but the properties mapped inside this text field or whatever the calendar fields and all. So these are all the properties. The actual data what you give is stored inside the property. Inside the dot name property you will have John. Inside dot age property you will have age value as 20. Similarly for the date of birth property you will have this one. So like this, the data is stored inside the properties. So this is how Pega uses the property row types. Okay. So this is just a small real-time example how what is a property and how we are going to use it in Pega. Okay. So let me clear up this. Okay. So now we got an idea that what is Pega is, what is property is. So property is a storing element. Property is a rule type in Pega that is used to store the data in it during runtime. Okay. Whatever the data which is captured in any of the applications that data is stored in properties. Okay, so this is what the property is all about. So it is used as a storing element, that is for temporarily. Okay, that is not permanently. Like, so the data permanently it is stored in the database table in the form of columns, but not in the properties. In the properties is in terms of application, that is in terms of Pega it is stored in the properties, but in terms of database it is stored in the form of rows and columns. Okay, so whenever we open any object in Pega, so the properties, they retrieve the data and the properties shown, the data is shown in the form of properties. So the properties are only the part of Pega but not related to database tables. Okay, so there will be a table and class mapping. So the properties which we create in Pega, so these properties are mapped with the columns in the database table. So that means the Pega application has a connectivity with the database tables. Okay, to store the data and also to retrieve the data. Okay, so that is about the property. Okay, so we have a lot of property types. So first the major segregation could be like single value properties. Next, page properties, and then uh, Java object properties. Okay, so properties are basically segregated into three major types. So first is the single value property and page properties and Java object properties. So just let you understand the single value properties first, and the rest of the two types of properties are detailedly explained in the another video, which actually takes a lot of time. Okay, so single value properties. So the main purpose of single value properties is, so the single value properties, they store only one value at a time in it. Okay, the single value is all about it, the name itself which says that single value means the type of properties which store only one single value at a time in the application. So those are called single value properties. Okay, so how it is related in the sense, like in the previous example I have shown you, right, like the dot name, dot age, and something like date of birth. So these are all the examples of single value properties, because in name field we only store one value at a time. Dot name is equal to something like John. Okay, if we are giving another value into dot name property, the old value which is overridden with the new value. Okay, dot not name, if for example dot name is a property, name is a property, so which has something like John. Now if I try to set this dot name name property with something like Ravi, RAVI, so then what happens is this value will be overridden, this value is gone, and the new value is inserted. So that means there is overridden, that is uh, it's taking place actually. So that's what it happens. It will store only one value at a time. It will not store multiple values. That is the purpose of single value properties. Okay. So these are the examples. Okay. examples of single value properties are like just dot name. Okay, you can also take age. Age is equal to some 30. Okay, not last name. It will also take only single value. Okay, so these are the examples of single value properties. It will only take one thing. This name property will have only this value. Age property will have only this value. If this value is overridden, the new value will be there, and the old value, this 30, will be gone. So that's how it is, single value properties. Okay, and also in single value properties we have different types of property types. So the property types, the single value properties support, or what are the different types of single value properties? Property types. So we have in programming languages we have different data types. Okay, like integer, number, decimal, text, and this and that. So similarly in Pega we have different property types. Means if we create a property, so basically it will store the data. So if you want to store only specific type of data, then we will create some kind of property type. Let's say if I have to capture age. Okay, age value, age data. So age of any person. So there is no meaning if I, in the age field, if I enter something like text data, some name, or some text data, some random special characters or something. So then that is not a correct form of data. Okay, so that is a problem. So in such kind of scenarios, if we want to take a property, if a property has to take only number type of, I mean only integer type of data, then we will create that property type as integer, so that that age property will not accept any other character types of data except integer type. Okay, so that's how the example of the property types. So we have different property types like text property type, next decimal, and then we have uh, date, and then we have date time, and then we have boolean, then we have double, then we have uh, integer, etc. We have other types, but majorly these are the types that we normally use. So here let's take an example of text. Okay, so this type of data will accept, I mean if I create a property as text, type text, then it will accept all the characters. So text is like a varchar type, which will accept the text data, the special characters, the numbers, the integers, everything. Okay, so if you want a property which has to accept any values, any kind of values, then you will choose a text property. Okay, so text property, this property type will accept all the types of data like numbers, decimal, okay, special characters, alphanumeric. Okay, so if we define a property type as an text type, then it will accept all the type of data. It will not restrict any kind of data. Okay, so next, if we define a property type as a decimal, then in this case what happens is this will accept only decimal form of data. Okay, in the previous thing, example is like example, so the data could be something like John value, it will accept John. It will accept 20, which is an age value. It will accept email ID also, ss@gmail.com. So special characters. These are the examples of data. This the property type which will accept. Okay, if you come to the decimal type, so it will accept only decimal values. It will not accept integer values. It will not accept text values. It will not accept special characters. It will accept only this property will accept only decimal type of data. Okay, so examples could be something like 0 0.1, 0 0.3, 0 0.0, etc. Okay, next coming to text, date property type. So this property type will accept only date values. Okay, something like DDMMYY format. So other formats or other numbers or other text or any other type, it will not accept. Okay, this will only accept date type of data. Example DD example 0709 1990. This is the example, something like 10 12 2000. Okay, date type of data, that is DD dash MM dash YYY. So this is the example. And next coming to date type. So this property type will accept the timestamp values. So the timestamp values are nothing but, so the timestamp values are nothing but the date and the time combination. So date plus time, that gives the timestamp. Okay, timestamp values. Example, something like 2021. The month is 06 and date is 25, and then T101 or something, some GMT. So this is that example of timestamp. So this will accept only this type of data. Except this type of data, this datetime property will not accept any kind of data. Okay, so that is the example. And coming to Boolean, Boolean will accept only true false, either true or false. It will not accept any other type of data except these two values. Only these two values are stored. Next, coming to double, it will be it is used to store the kind of uh, major values. Some, if we have some lakhs, 10 lakhs, so such kind of scenarios we will use double data type. And integer is used to store the numbers. Okay, that has some range. Integer has some range, right? So within that range, it will this is used to store the only numbers type of data. If we try to insert any text kind of data or some date kind of data, it will not take. It will not accept. So that is how these are the property types that are available in the uh, property types of Pega. So this is just an explanation of single value property and the types of properties. Now let us see how to create a property. Okay, so let me log into the system. So now how to create a property. Okay, so just go to your class. Okay, so your data class, let's say I have citizen details as my data class. So if I want to create some property, okay, just right click on this class, go to create and click on data model and click on property. So this will create a new property. So whatever the property that you want to create, you can create from here. So here you can give the property name and you can give the property type. So the property name gives some, if I want to create some something like DOB. Okay, so I will, this is the name and this is the class, which class you want to create, and this is the rule set which you want to create. Just click on create and open. So sorry, this is already existed. So let's create DOB1, or let's create like date of birth. Okay, so now the property record is created. So here you can see the property type, which is default, it is text, but you can change it. Now if you click on change, here you can see single value properties like date, time, which I've explained you, right? So these are the different single value property types. Okay, so now date of birth. So for date of birth, basically it will be something like DDMMYY format, right? So now I can take date as a property type, or if we take integer, it is not good because it will accept only integer values. It will not accept DDMMYY. So I will take date as a data property type and save. So this is how you are going to create the properties. So now this property is created, date of birth as property type date. So once this property is created, again it will not be reverted. Once if you create the property with some property type, now you cannot change the property until unless if you delete and again create it. So it will not change. Let's say if you are created this date of birth as date. Now tomorrow they say like that the format could be something like timestamp or something. Then what happens is it will not take it will not accept this kind of data. So you have to change the property type in this scenario. Okay, so now in this scenario what you have to do is you have to delete the property, and also you have to create a new property with same property type. So this is how you are going to create the property types and the properties in Pega. Hope you guys understand, and so that's it. Thank you. Thanks for watching.